With Series 1 of the Bricklink Designer Program coming to an official close, we finally have the results available to us from the Bricklink website in front of me today. And with the final tallies available to us now, I thought it would be really interesting to see how much do the designers actually take home. It's always something that comes to mind is just with the financial aspect of Lego as a whole. How much do these designers actually make? And so right off the bat, I thought, I think Bricklink might have some of this information available to us, and they certainly do. We're going to take a look at the Bricklink Designer FAQ, and I do believe we will find all the necessary information here. So going to this page, I went here, and then scrolling down to crowdfunding, we can actually see right here that yes, fan designers actually do receive 5% of net sales. Now, net sales may make you think, oh, is this after the cost of production to Lego? But no, net sales on a purely accounting term is merely if some people don't actually end up pre-ordering the product or going through with the purchase, that amount will be taken away from the amount that is available for the designer to take home. So if there's any sets that aren't purchased, or that number that we see, let's say everyone that sold out the Mountain Fortress, if they don't actually purchase those, that is gonna be taken away from the final tally for these designers today. So if you remember the last time that we had this video of the Bricklink Designer Program, I actually was able to determine the number of products sold, the number of units sold for each item. Now, of course, it was very easy. As we know, 30,000 is the total number of units that are available to ship. And with the Old Train Engine Shed, Mountain Fortress, and the Snack Shack selling out, obviously 100% of those units, I am assuming, are going to be shipped to consumers. Now, with the other ones, we were able to go into the HTML code and view the percentage completed for each of these units. And I actually, as a CPA myself, I did end up going through and creating a very helpful creating an Excel worksheet, summing all of this information complete with formulas, totals, so we can get a full idea of what Lego is going to purchase. So I want to leave it, I know I just kind of showed it to you guys, but I want to leave it a little empty for you. And as we know, the total possible units that Lego is going to ship is 30,000. Now I'm going to assume that when these couple that actually sold out, I'm going to assume that everyone is actually going to go through with their purchases. We could assume maybe 100 or so people are going to let their pre-orders lapse and not actually go through with it, whether it's for credit card expiring or whether they use PayPal and they didn't re-up the pre-order. But we do get to fill in this number here and say that each of these Lego designers are taking home 5% cut of each of the individual sales. Now, when we put that number through, we get this beautiful total here. And man, it was a joy to put this Excel spreadsheet together. I really enjoyed it. But I really actually want to focus on the Bricklink sales. It is fascinating to me to see just how much sales Bricklink is getting from these sets. Now, of course, we don't have the cost of manufactured items available to us, but just imagine it. Bricklink is getting, or Lego is getting, about $30 million from Bricklink Series 1 Designer Program. It kind of blows my mind how they're literally printing money with these sets, but the designers themselves are taking a very fair amount home for themselves. Let's see, the Old Train Engine Shed, the designer is taking home about $345,000. Now, that's a lot more than most people make in 1 year. So imagine you're just doing this for fun. You're designing for the Bricklink Designer Program for fun, and you get to take home about $350,000. Now, the Mountain Fortress, of course, sold out very, very quickly, and right as we see here, $570,000. Parisian Street sold at about half force, a little over half, so $280,000. General Store did not quite sell out, but a little more than the Parisian Street for $187,000. And then even though the Snack Shack did completely sell out with that fairly low price, we had a total of about $75,000 of sales. And I am very curious to see if you knew what the payout was for the Bricklink Designer Program. Did you expect these designers to make this much? Of course, with Lego taking home at the top of the line $29 million, give or take, and then the designers taking about $1.5 million. So Lego is actually going to take home from the top about $27.7 million from Bricklink Designers Series 1. Very curious to see how Series 2 is going to go. Let me know if this is how you expected these sales to go with a designer cut. They are making bank, let me tell you that, with, once again, rounding it out, $350,000 for Old Train Engine, Mountain Fortress getting a whopping over $500,000, Parisian Street 280, General Store 187, Snack Shack 75. Let me know in the comments if you thought this was fascinating, just as fascinating as I did. And on top of that, hey, if you're new here or if you watched the video and enjoyed this information, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you're new here. I love taking a look into the financial or accounting dive into these types of sets here. So looking forward to do this on all the future Bricklink Designer programs. Hope to see you in the next video. Once again, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you later.